Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 128 of Ask Vidas and Ausra podcast. And this question was sent by Helene. She is an ordained minister, but also plays the organ. And one of her challenges is that she doesn't let churches know of her availability. Basically, as I understand, she keeps her organ playing talents in secret, right, Osha?
Yes, that's what I understood from her question.
So, why do people keep their talents in secret?
Well, I think it might be different reasons. In this case, maybe she sort of feels uncertain how her colleagues or church would respond to it, would react to that she is actually playing organ. For me, it seems like maybe she feels a little bit ashamed of playing the organ. And maybe she thinks that preaching, leading service is more important than playing organ, which I don't think is the right way, at least from my point of view.
You're right. Remember, we have some friends, and one of them is Paulus. He is a lawyer. His first profession is lawyer, but he started playing organ some years ago, right, as a hobby. And now, of course, he is we could say, professional organist because he receives his salary in the church. But in the beginning, he was just practicing for his own pleasure, right? And remember that time when he kind of felt a little bit, a little bit hesitant to say to anybody from his work that he plays. He was a little bit shy, right? At first.
Yes.
So you're right. What keeps people from basically letting other people know that they have other talents and hobbies is probably insecurity and how other people will react, right?
But I think it's important to let your talent, I mean, let other people know about your talents
Mm-hmm.
and to share your talents with other people. Because I think that, service music is equally important.
Especially if Helen is a minister. Imagine a situation she could preach, say a sermon, right?
Yes.
And maybe she could play a prelude or postlude, at the end. Maybe she could not play every hymn in the service because it's just too much to do. But she could contribute. Would you think that her congregation would be in awe of her contribution?
Yes, I think so. I think people would appreciate it.
Right. So, guys, I think among our listeners there are other people who have organ playing skills and hobby, but but their main profession is something else, right? They do for a living something else, and they keep it a secret. They practice in a basement or somewhere in the attic, where nobody is around, and never ever share their art, let's say, on social media, right? Never post a picture of their organ playing on Facebook or post a video on YouTube, right?
Yes, that's right.
There are some people like that.
Yes. And I understand why people don't want to share their talents on social media. It might, disagree with their beliefs, but I think playing in church organ during service should not, be kept as a secret,
Exactly.
especially if you are a minister, ordained minister. So,
You're already sharing.
yes, you already sharing, and I think playing organ would just, support what you are doing.
And if people got over that initial fear of sharing their talents, and fear of being, ridiculed in front of other people sometimes. If they got over this situation and even they would play in front of other people, I think their general organ playing skill would improve, don't you think?
Yes, and playing organ, I think that's a rare gift for minister, and not so many ministers can play organ.
Remember in the older times, Lutheran seminaries had organ playing classes, and I think Concordia colleges in the US had many practice organs, like 40
Yes.
practice organs. Uh, it was, I think, around 1940s or something.
Yes, because I think it's important for clergy to understand music in general, to understand the meaning and value of music, and know how it helps to sort of lift up congregational spirit in church. So, and I think this is even better if no minister can play herself or himself.
There are some other side benefits to that because she can sing well, probably.
Yes.
She can, lead a hymn singing very well, and this is also very important for church because sometimes organists play the hymns, they sing, but if they see a minister not participating in that, there is a wall, right? Always of what the clergy does and what the musician do.
I know. And like in Catholic, some Catholic churches because if the mass is sang the mass, and you have to make a response to a priester's sayings, singing. So it's sometimes so funny if no priest doesn't have a pitch at all, and during like one phrase he can modulate a few times, and organist never knows how to pick up the response to it.
Of course, priests don't know that they are modulating.
I know, yes. So that's because we don't have good musical education, I think,
Yeah,
in the seminaries.
and if Helen and others do have a musical background and can sing well and even play the instrument, it would be selfish
Yes, sure.
to keep it a secret.
And if it's hard to combine things in one service, for example, it might be too stressful and too hard to do the same preaching and, let's say, playing at one service. So maybe she could keep and lead the worship as a minister one Sunday, and then maybe play the organ on the next one.
Hmm. Or just to play occasional service music,
Sure.
not
Sure.
everything, but just like a dessert.
Yes. I don't know, especially like during or before big festivities like Christmas or Easter, during Lent and Advent. Many churches have additional services, so maybe she could play organ on those services.
Yeah, on Saturday nights,
Yes, like
Vespers.
Vespers.
Excellent. We hope this was useful to you, and we hope to inspire you to share your gifts with your community and congregation. People need this, right? And maybe they will be inspired to take up your example and share their gifts too, right? You
Yes,
never know
yes.
what impact you do have on people around you. And if you play in church and you are a minister, please write to us your experience. It would be interesting to know how people react and how you react to the situation. Thank you, guys. This was Vidas.
And Tosha.
Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.